And here's the thing about job search is definitely one example of this where you go
Yep.
through hell.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because
Yes.
all right, if you're in a job and you're applying for another job, you can't wait for the response back from the interviewer or the
Right.
recruiter. But if you're not actually in paid employment and you're waiting for a response back, that tension and that frustration gets even greater. And what I do say is that we can actually help ourselves to feel better. We can fool the brain, probably.
Right.
I mean, you go
Yeah.
to a horror movie and you're in a safe environment, and yet your brain is saying, I
Yes.
got to get out of here.
Yes.
The
Yes.
same kind of logic can apply when you need to pump yourself up a little bit, let's say for an interview. And one of the simple little things I suggest to job seekers who, like what you were suggesting there, may have been rejected a few times previously. So it's not easy for them to walk into that interview 12 foot tall and bulletproof.
Sure.
But what I suggest to them is to find things that make you feel better and
Yes.
experience those just before the interview. So, for instance, I've got two darling grandkids, and if I'm doing a sales call, I need a bit of a lift, I just look at one or two videos of them, puts a smile on my
Love
face.
it.
If you're into cats or dogs, go on to Facebook and watch those for a couple of minutes just before the interview. And the one that I really enjoy saying to people, gets a really good reaction, is that just before you do this telephone interview or the Zoom call, or you're going into the personal interview, get onto the Googler, as I call it, Google or YouTube, and Google pandas. All right. So why are you laughing when I say pandas?
The thought of pandas bringing joy to people is just funny.
Absolutely. That is a universal reaction. And I tell people, I really mean this. You can fool the brain. Watch those pandas being absolutely stupid, cuddly, and lovable. You're going to feel better about yourself. The brain is telling you, hey, you're smiling, etc. You've got that extra bit of energy.
Yeah.
It's a simple little thing.
Yeah.
When you're going for that job interview, you only need to be on top of the world for that 30 minutes or 45 minutes.
Yes.
When you're
Yes.
finished, you can come down again, but you got to be at your best when you're doing those sales calls or presentations or
Right.
things
Right.
like that.